at Energy Radio. You already know we have to cut some cake. Welcome. Karibu. Energy Radio has to cut. They call us the bakery station. So.
Wait, they have me on the cake?
Yes, they do.
This is, you better get this. Wow.
Beautiful.
My sister would love this.
Amazing. All right, so as tradition goes, you have to cut the cake. Okay, wait, don't cut now.
Okay, well, how do I do it?
Make this.
The last time I cut a cake was my 13th birthday.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I know that's a lie.
I'm telling you.
What?
Yes.
I'll go down with you.
Okay.
We are gonna say Karibu Prince Beez in 3, 2,
1.
Karibu Prince Beez.
I hope I'm cutting it the right way.
There's no wrong way to cut cake. You just cut it and eat it. Cake.
That sounded very...
Amazing.
There we go.
Shout out to Energy Radio and Zoom Media Hub.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, guys. I'm so excited. That's a happy day.
Happy dance. Thank you
guys.
guys.
The cake is good.
Thank you guys very much, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Swahili is the official East African language. It being your first time in East Africa, we're telling you Karibu Sana.
Karibu
We're
Sana.
so happy to have you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man.
What do you think so far about the last 2 days you've been here?
Beautiful. You know, the energy, the love, just everything about Uganda is like everything that I heard and everything that I've been seeing on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a beautiful thing, man. It's a blessing that I'm here.
I love that so much. I'm so excited. We have a packed schedule with what you're going to be doing. But talk us through your first 2 days. I believe you had lunch this afternoon.
Yes.
Experiencing some local Ugandan food. Do you remember what you had for lunch?
Listen, the one thing that I remember is the green banana. That is...
The matoke.
Let me tell you something.
Was that your favorite one?
Yes. Today, that was my favorite thing today.
Did you try G-nut sauce?
Yes, it was the sauce on top of it, right?
On top of
yes.
it. Yes, that is like the staple Ugandan food. How would you describe it being any different to South African food or your cultural traditional food?
Well, it's totally different because like we have things like umporoko, we have like a lot of different things, you know. The taste is different, the way the food is made as well. Like there was a leaf that they opened and then they, you know, like it is all of those things, but it's totally different to what we do at home. Yeah.
No, we're on Netflix now.
Hey man, you know, hey, I didn't have to say it, you said it. Sorry? Yes, I met last night. I just forgot his name, but he's gonna be at the class. Yes, Za. We're gonna be hosting the class together. Okay. Yeah, he was with me last night. Yeah. So cool to meet him.
Ghetto Kids, have you come to close to the name?
Sorry, say that again.
Triplets Ghetto Kids.
No.
You haven't.
I haven't at all. Do we know them? No, we don't.
The Ghetto Kids?
No.
They're a Ugandan dance group of young kids that basically came out of the ghetto and the slums, and they were dancing and they went viral.
Yes.
And they are just blowing up now.
Okay.
So they went to Britain's Got Talent.
That's dope.
They've performed. And just recently they were at the CAF in Morocco at the CAF Awards. So they're really blowing up and like making a name for themselves.
That's beautiful, man. Are they here?
Ghetto Kids.
Are they here?
I think they're in Morocco.
Oh, okay. I was like, I would love to meet them. You know,
They're great. They're a great great group. And
any African music that has made rounds where you come from?
Any African music? I think Nigeria was Afrobeats. You know, it's crushing it in South Africa right now.
Okay.
You know, and I love Afrobeats as well. It's one of my favorite genres. That's why I want to go to Nigeria.
Okay.
You know?
So it's like Nigeria is taking over the whole Africa. How do you rate yourself in Nigeria musically?
How do I rate myself?
Like South Africa with Nigeria.
Oh, we definitely cannot rate the two, man. It's two different genres. You definitely cannot clash them together.
Okay.
Totally, because Amapiano and what we produce in South Africa is totally different to what they do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can see that they're mashing now the the Amapiano and Afro beats together. So I don't think we can compare the two because you know you can definitely put them together.
Amapiano originated from your land.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, it's like a copycat.
No, you can't call music copycat, brother. Music travels from country to country and from musician to musician. You know what I'm saying? It's not copying. It's like saying an actor doing, being an actor in South Africa and being an actor.
Last time I saw show Majozi.
Yes.
She came and performed here our very own African folk song. Yeah, that took me far because it was ours. No artist has ever come to think of it, but she came and performed, and everyone was like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
So that's how we come and.
Oh yeah, like music cannot be copied or borrowed, my brother. It's a feeling, you know. It's shared. Thank you for saying that. Music cannot be copied or stolen. You know what I'm saying? It's the one thing that everyone loves. So if I hear Ugandan beat and there's a musician that triggers what I love about music, I'd wanna come back home and explore that sound, you know what I'm saying? Because it's sharing.
Okay.
Totally.
Cross from your homeland this way. That's piano music.
Yes.
I don't know how is Ugandan music doing that side.
I've actually never actually heard, you know, it was my first time hearing it here last night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for me to also hear that the piano is also playing this side as well was so dope. You know what I'm saying? So it was my first time actually hearing Ugandan music, you know?
Piano has blown up across the world, but particularly in Uganda. Like, would you say you have a favorite genre to dance to as a dancer?
No, I don't have a favorite genre. I just love dancing. You know, music is just, you know, one of my favorite things. I just love music so much. I was telling Brian right now in the car that, because he was like, yeah, I thought you were so new school and all of. I'm like, no, I listen to every music. You know what I'm saying? Whatever plays and it feels good to me, I'll dance.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that so much. I'm very, very excited. Do you have any more questions? Right.
I'll tell you, like with competitions as a dancer, like I moved from being a competition dancer to a show dancer. I've done a lot of competitions as a young kid, and I had put myself out of that because I felt like it was not really who I am. You know what I'm saying? I love being on stage. I love showmanship. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing people. I love cameras. I love all of those things. So it'll miss me. Sorry, brother. It'll totally miss me. You know what I'm saying? But competitions, I love competition. I'll definitely watch, but entering, no. Yeah.
Actually, I know that you're going to be doing some charity work as
Yes.
well while you're here.
Yes.
What does that mean to you, and why is that something that interests you?
I think giving back has always been like one of my, you know, strongest points. I think like I love like giving. You know, I love seeing people happy. And for me to actually do this is so beautiful, man. You know, I love kids as well. And also I found out that the kids are dancers as well.
Yeah.
So it just, you know, it just opened everything for me. I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to do a video with them. You know, just everything about it, you know. Yeah.
And the timing couldn't be more perfect.
Yes,
it is
totally.
the season to give.
Yes.
So that's what we shall be doing. Any other questions? Oh, do you have any hidden talents?
Well, there's something that people don't know is that I'm a musician as well.
I wanted to ask you that when you talked about singing and lip syncing. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. And I believe you did have an interview this afternoon with
Yes.
Energy Transit.
Crazy.
Along Sheila Salta and Sean Prissy. What was that like? Because they're bad people.
They're mad people. Listen, I enjoyed that interview. Like the energy was so crazy, man. We bounced off each other. You know what I'm saying? The energy that they gave me is the energy that I gave back. You know what I'm saying? So it was a beautiful interview.
I love that. Thank you so much. We would like to also thank Zoom Media Hub for
Yep.
having us and organizing this entire weekend with Prince Beez in Kampala. And the biggest thing that's going to happen, let me not get to Blankets&Wine, because that's going to be like the cherry on top. I can assure you that one.
Yeah.
We are going to have a film talk discussion tomorrow.
Yes.
A very nice panel discussion along one of my very good friends, Tracy Capito, who's also an actor. First of all, it's such a blessing to be able to be around other actors and work together. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. What would you say is your biggest thing that you're looking forward to in terms of the film talk discussion?
I think just sharing the experiences, man. You know, I feel like bouncing ideas and just, you know, talking, because I'm not really familiar with the Ugandan acting scene, you know, like with the actors and filmmakers. So I'd really love to meet the people, you know what I'm saying, and just to share information and just to get the information as well. You know, there's so much that we can learn from each other. So I'm literally like, I'm excited.
I'm so
you know, I'm very
I'm
excited.
very, very excited to learn. The the film industry in Uganda is growing at a very good pace, I would say. For the last maybe like 2 to 3 years, it's really been and you can see some changes. You can see more people getting into the industry, more interest in it, investing in it, putting more resources into the talent, and also people being more interested in other aspects of film, not just acting.
Yes, totally.
In writing, in directing, in costume. What would you say is your favorite thing about film outside of being an actor?
Outside being an actor, I'd want to be a DOP. Like it's so cool.
Yes,
like it is so cool. Like being a DOP is the best job ever. I will not lie to you. It's just the shot planning, how you shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like just all of those things are just fascinating to me. It's just interesting as well. And I'm always close with the DOPs wherever I shoot. You know?
And you have to be close.
Yes,
to the DOPs
totally.
Because they're the ones that are gonna make you look good on the screen. Because they decide the last shot, they decide the coloring, everything.
Yeah.
I definitely would love to get into that as well, because not only do you get to see it from the outside in, I also think being an actor, it would give, and maybe you can let me know what you think as well, it would give more insight as you're acting, then you can have that eye of what a DOP is looking for. So then I feel it would be easier to deliver that.
Yes. Also, it just helps with knowing your shot sizes as well. You know what I'm saying? And when to deliver like emotions and all of those things, because there's wides, there's close-ups, there's mids, there's all of those things. So sometimes you'd be performing so much for a wide and then we have to get closer. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need to be closer to DOP so that you know what I'm saying, where the shots is at. You know what I'm saying? Are we close up or what are we doing? You know, that helps also as an actor, because I feel like people don't really look at those things, because I feel like people don't even ask the type of shots that are being made, you know, because I feel like those things helps as an actor. You know, you need to know everything that's happening in the room. You know what I'm saying? What shot are we doing, so that you know, okay, I can't move too much because it's a close up. You know what I'm saying? So being close to the DOP is very, very important.
Very, very important. You said something so important, I think, saying when it's close to you, you can't do too much.
Yes, you can't move too much.
I will never forget my first experience. So as an actor, my background was in theater. I grew up doing theater and musicals since I was a child. And the first time I did a proper film production, and it was in a show called Chadala. Shout out to Reach Your Hand. And the first scene we shot was actually going to be the last scene in terms of like
yes.
So I was there and I'm digging out of my theater bag, like doing the absolute most, and the director just said, that was good.
Yes, but
like put it out a little bit, but I said, oh yes, the camera really catches every single thing.
Totally.
Oh my goodness. Let us know a little bit about what you're looking for in terms of scripts and projects. Like what kind of projects do you want to work?
Like the one thing for me is like I like working on things that's gonna do something for me. I love a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like these roles that you know, that have been there before. You know what I'm saying? A story that was told before, or like yes, you know what I'm saying. But at least if it's told, like Fatal Seduction. Fatal Seduction is an adaptation of Fatal Seduction is an adaptation of a Mexican series. You know what I'm saying? Yes. With those, it's the way it's written. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the one thing that took me with the show, was that I knew that it's a Mexican show, but it's the way that we wrote it, and also the people that are in the show as well. Because you need to be in a show with people that you have a relationship with, even if you don't know them. You know, the moment that you guys see each other needs to be a spark. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know that you're in the right set, because the environment needs to be good. You know, so it's the script, it's the environment, it's the people that you're shooting with, and just everything about it. You know.
I love that.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about the most seductive Netflix original series starring President. I mean, the opening scene in and of itself was wow. I'm not going to spoil it for you, so just make sure you go and watch it, because that was incredible.
Can I tell you that we didn't know that intro is going to be like that?
I don't think that if you would have told me, you probably would have been like, what? That's probably good they didn't tell you.
We didn't know that the show is going to start like that. We thought that it's just going to go straight into, because how we shot it was, it starts with the scene in Nandi's house with all the police and all of those things. That's how we thought it's going to start. But then it just like we were shocked, like, oh, okay, this is where we are, you know.
I thought you were going to start on the face. You started on the seduction.
Yes, totally.
That's what drew people in, I have to say. Now you've done 2 Netflix productions, an original series. One of them being Jiva.
Yes, Jiva.
I also thought it was Jiva. Actually, that was the first time I watched you, and you were killing it with the dance floor. So I think those were 2 different characters that you played in Jiva and Fatal Seduction.
Yes.
When I saw you in Fatal Seduction, I was like, oh yeah, he got range. I can see it now. What was it like working with Netflix on 2 projects that were completely different in terms of the genre, the pace, even the storytelling in of itself?
Listen, the one thing with Netflix is that everything about them is such quality, you know, and it's beautiful as well. It's like the way they handle things, you know, from production to the people from Netflix even, you know what I'm saying? They check in, like even when we were shooting Fatal Seduction, some of the members of Netflix Amsterdam were there coming to see how we were shooting and all of those things. And I think they were promoting Blood and Water, I think, around that time. So they came through to our set. You know what I'm saying? I think the difference between the 2 is that Jiva for me was like my first on-screen role, so it was very stressful and nerve-wracking, but I think just the directors and producers and just how everyone was handling everything made me comfortable, you know, and just to change around and actually perform, you know what I'm saying? Now Jacob, oh my God, that was one hell of a ride. I'll tell you that was like an up and down of emotions. Also, it was draining. I will not lie to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Getting home and trying to de-character, you know what I'm saying? And just to let go of everything that you were doing on the day. It's hard. I won't lie to you, especially playing a character like that. That's why in America, even these things happen where like they go to therapists after they shoot because of those type of things, because you're so in the character that.
So you would say you're a method actor then?
No, I'm not. I'm not a method actor. I would lose myself. It was 6 months. So imagine you have a whole half a year of being that person on set and off set. I feel like you'd lose your mind. You definitely lose your mind. So that's why I'm not a method actor. But when I get to set, as soon as we're about to roll, that's when I'm into character. Yeah. So I can bounce out of character and into character quickly.
Okay, that's amazing. So we have the dance masterclass coming up this Saturday. And I'm super, super excited for that. Shout out to Troy Studios, by the way. We're going to be working with them. It's going to be incredible. I wanted to know, as a dancer, and then you're acting.
Yes.
How did that work? Because you know, like when you're filming something, you do different takes, you do different angles. Isn't that incredibly exhausting if you have to keep dancing? It's exhausting enough to have to repeat your lines.
No, totally. I think with the dancing is that I was prepared before getting there. I will not lie to you. I was a professional dancer back home with under HOV, which is Lishay Jenica's studio. Well, production, let me not say studio. So we used to do things like Idols, SA, and award shows where we do like, so there would be like 10 contestants for the showstopper. So we'd do all of those songs in the space of an hour. Do you know what I'm saying? So back to back, there's no break. So I think having all of that experience prepared me to get into Jiva and to do. But I mean, it was tiring. I will not lie to you, because you get wide, but they didn't get the shot that they wanted. So they'll do it probably 3 times before they get to the close up, and then after that, you still have to do the lines and still go back. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was very challenging, but I think I was prepared for it. You know.
That's very nice. I like that so much. Now, what are you most excited to take away from Uganda and your experience here? From the film talk to the dance class, I think you're really showcasing your incredible talent.
Yes.
I thank you for that, by sharing that with us. What do you think you would like for us to take away from this experience with you being in Uganda and learning from you?
I think it would just have to be, man, just the information, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't hold a lot of information, you know what I'm saying? But I give what I can give, you know, so whatever you can take from it, please take it. My energy is always on top, you know what I'm saying? So bounce off that, you know, and I think we're just going to have a good time. You know, we're definitely going to have a good time.
Now, I wanted to ask you one more question. In terms of becoming an actor, how did you get into that space? And then, obviously now with Jiva, bringing together your acting back, your dancing back, that must have been incredible for you. But how did you start that journey of getting into acting, or what piqued your interest?
You know, the backstory is, so back at home, so I'm from PE. Well, they call it Gqeberha now. before I moved to Joburg, I used to be part of a crew called Peace Finance, Junior King's crew. So back in the day, we used to do productions. Well, do you know it's like Broadway, you know? Yeah. So we used to do all of those things where we lip sync, you know, the words and all of those things. So we were acting, but we didn't know that it was going to come to what it is now. So I think God was just prepping me at that point, and it was part of my story. So when I actually got to Joburg and I started, my first gig in Joburg was with Buntle Modisele. So she was one of the choreographers for Jiva. So they were doing auditions. Well, they tried to find actors that could dance or dancers that could act. So she actually called me and she was like, "Yo, you have an acting background, right?" I'm like, I won't call it an acting background, but you know what I'm saying? It's something, you know, it's something. So she called me up and they told me that they were looking for me. So we did the auditions. I didn't get the role first. They told me that they found someone else, and then the following year, I think it was the 15th of Jan, they called me up to say, "Yo, actually the client has come back and then they would like to have you for the role." So what they did to prepare me is that to do acting classes, you know, and have like acting coaches to come there. And listen, from there it was just, you know, it was just a roller coaster.
When you got that?
My mother. My mother. My mother.
I made it.
Yeah, you know, because we did the auditions at my grandmother's house, you know, and like my mother stays in a different house and my grandmother stays, because I grew up with my grandmother, so every time I'm at home, I always go there. So when that happened, can I just tell you that I did the self-tapes with my grandmother. She was sitting across with my sisters reading the script, and you know what I'm saying? So one of those things, it was just, you know, it was just beautiful, man. It's just been a beautiful process, and I'm just glad that it came up to what it is.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any questions about Uganda, about Nzo Media Hub, about Energy Radio.
Not a question. It's just that I'm excited, man, for the next couple of days. I wish it was longer. Where's Brian?
Oh wait, Blankets&Wine. What have you heard about Blankets&Wine?
Actually, it's my first time actually hearing about the festival. I remember telling B when they were telling me that I'll be hosting the event. I'm like, what's Blankets&Wine? So I went on Instagram. I'm like, whoa, this is actually one of the biggest events. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited for that. You know, the fact that I'm hosting as well. You know, the Chop Life tent. So I appreciate you guys for having me out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited for all of those things.
You will not hide from your dance moves.
No, of course not.
Yes. Blankets&Wine is what I call officially. I always call it blankets and wine your waist. So you're gonna go. You are gonna show us the dance moves.
Totally.
We're gonna have a great time.
I'm always ready for a good time. Yeah, totally.
And Chop Life tent is gonna be such a blast.
Totally.
Prince Beez is gonna be there. Sheila Gashumba, myself. It's gonna be a party like no other. Thank you so much
Thank you very much, man.
with us, for spending the weekend with us.
Totally.
And we can absolutely not wait. Personally, I can't wait to learn from you and see what we can just exchange in terms of growing in this industry.
Totally.
And just, you know, good energy and good vibes.
Totally, man. Thank you guys for having me. Like, this is so beautiful, man. I was saying when we were doing the radio interview that at home I don't really get this like much love, because I think that there's so many of us there. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many everyone together. You know, because it's Joburg at the end of the day. It's like LA. You know what I'm saying? So like coming here has like literally changed my perspective of life, you know, and just to receive so much love is so beautiful, man, you know, and I'm so glad that you guys are here, and you know, it's beautiful.
Thank you. It shows the impact that you've had, and it's only going to get bigger.
All right, cool.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming.
All right, cool.
Any questions, please?
All right, thank you very much for sparing your time with us. As we finalize, I want to know tomorrow what time are you be kicking off with your charity and the movie talk?
All right, so charity, we're going to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then the film talk will be like later on in the evening, probably around 4 or 5 o'clock.